My name is Memory Zonde Kachambwa. I'm the Executive Director for FemNet, the African Women's Development and Communication Network. My reflections have really been around the need for us to ensure that matters to do with climate finance really reach particularly the women who are at the front line of the climate crisis. I think reflecting from the Africa Climate Summit, it is commendable that we as Africans have realized the need for us to speak to ourselves about climate change before we go out to the global. But of course, we must continuously be setting the agenda. We must also be giving room to ensure that we are co-creating the summit where people are at the center, where African people are at the center. I also really think women should be at the center, because when floods happen because of the climate change, when there is pollution because of climate change, it is the women who are at the front line who are the most affected. But that does not mean that women have no solutions. Women have the solutions. Women have been organizing since time immemorial. Women are able, they know, and they are the ones who can actually make sure that as we move to solving the crisis, they are able to make the impact. I think my last reflection is really on that we need to also address the issues around the climate change, not just in one way, but to also explore and to honor our indigenous knowledge, to address climate change in a way where we are the ones coming with the solutions, the ones who are designing what we want the world to do. We should be using this opportunity to make our terms in terms of how we want the finance to be shaped. But we must critically also address the triple crisis: debt, climate crisis, and also the post-COVID crisis that we are in. And we cannot address climate change without looking at the other intersecting issues. But at last, we cannot talk about climate justice without gender justice. We cannot talk about climate justice and not address racial justice. We cannot talk about climate justice and not look into the post-colonial and the legacies that make us be in this crisis. Asante sana.